All right, I'm back again. We're going to make strawberries and cream overnight oats. So what the base recipe is: a half a cup of oats, half a cup of liquid to 3/4 of a cup of liquid, depending on your ingredients and the thickness you want. So it is not very seasoned. A thing of strawberries at my store today, or yesterday, was like $5. And I'm not going to pay that. That's just ridiculous. I mean, although I know it's out of season, so it's probably a great price, but I'm not going to pay it. I'd rather just do frozen. So each jar is getting a half a cup. I forgot to get my regular protein powder out of the fridge, so these will not have the extra protein powder in it. Not protein powder, yogurt. That's fine, because I'm going to top it with the other yogurt. Okay, I'll put that on later. And then, so what I have here is I have whole strawberries, and they are a little liquidy because they are frozen. They were whole. I chopped them up in the measuring glass. They were about 1.5 to 1 3/4 of a cup, but chopped up and sitting here, they've gone down to about 3/4 of a cup. So be mindful of what you are adding. I'm only going to do a half a cup of the liquid for sure, because this has some liquid in it, and I don't want to eat, like soupy overnight oats. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. And of course, if you like things sweeter, add extra sweetener. I'm so crazy about the cooling effect and all of that. I want it sweet enough without crossing that line. So that's where I'm coming from with this. Okay, and again, this protein powder is not on plan. It has a couple of off-plan ingredients, but this is what I use because it does not hurt my stomach. I can eat this on the way to the gym, be at the gym, and do all of my workout and not have one single stomach problem. Rise marshmallow. I think the oats are 6 or 7 grams of protein, and in my understanding, in my research, and I do so much research, hopefully I'm not doing this wrong. When you have oats that are sprouted, it is much easier to absorb and get the protein from it. If they are not sprouted, I believe that it's much more, we don't quite have access to all the protein that's in the oats. I hope that makes sense. I think sprouted or soaked. I'm going to do 1 full scoop of this protein powder. Use as much or as little as you want. Again, I am building muscle mass. I am lifting heavy. I am 50, so I am fighting an uphill battle, and I need to make sure that my meals are all centered in protein, 100% centered in protein. All right, now this is not a necessary step, but I'm going to stir it, and I like using a chopstick. It really does make things easier for me. You could use strawberry flavored protein powder. That would be an excellent choice. Obviously fresh strawberries are excellent as well, but I'm not paying that much money. That would make this, the protein powder alone already costs so much. I don't need to have everything cost a lot. These would be very expensive overnight oats. Okay, now I can do the scale thing again if I want. So I've got it sitting here, put each one on and add a little bit of it. But I'm just going to eyeball it because it is right at 3/4 of a cup. Actually, I think, no, I gotta do this first because this is in a measuring cup, so I gotta do this one first. And so just diced, frozen. They're not totally frozen now, clearly, but they're just generic Walmart strawberries. If you like the strawberry flavor, like I said, you can do strawberry extract, strawberry protein powder, some of the freeze-dried strawberries added to this, blended up, mashed, whatever. Nothing has been added to the strawberries, just plain old strawberries. And then a half a cup is where I'm going to, I think that's where I'm going to stay. with the sweeten the liquid, just because the strawberries, because they were frozen, are going to bring a little extra liquid. Okay. I made some last week on Sunday. I made one thing of a chia pudding. I've been so busy in the kitchen, I didn't even make a video. Clearly, I don't think I made a video. Anyway, it is an excellent idea if you're going to make something, especially like chia pudding. Oh, this isn't chia pudding. Give it a good stir or shake at least once, because on the way to the gym, as I'm eating it, a couple of my bites were like a giant clump of chia seeds kind of stuck together. They're great. Chia seeds are just excellent for us, and I do try to get them in at least a few times a week. Like all the things that are good for us, we can't get that stuff in constantly. Like at some point, something has to give. We can't consume that many food items. The chia seeds are gelling around the end of the chopstick. What I think would be excellent on this, instead of the protein powder I prepped on Wednesday on here, would be something more strawberry focused flavored. But I don't have anything. I might have some strawberry extract, but I'm really weird when it comes to extracts. I guess I'm really weird. I don't know. Like, I don't like things that taste artificially like things, if that makes sense. Like there's chocolate things that I have had before, then to me it just tastes like fake chocolate, and I don't want fake tasting chocolate. When I eat strawberry, I want it to taste like a strawberry. Okay, so we'll see how good I did on, I'll just measure each of these, weigh these, and see how close they are. There's a whole bunch of chia seeds stuck on this. 1.35, 1.25, 1.33. They're pretty close. They're not quite as accurate, but they're really close. Okay, and then I'm going to top each of these with my 5 serving of non-fat Greek yogurt, 3 scoops of vanilla protein powder, and then mix together. And this is just my perfect way to make sure I get protein in. This is, I don't know, I have no idea if this is going to sit on the top or if I should wait to the morning that I eat it, but I'll do at least one just so I can see. This is kind of what gives it more of the strawberries and cream part, is the creamy yogurt on top. Let's see if it sits. I think I'll just do one as an experiment and then see. So I feel like it's going to eventually go down into it, which might be fine. I experiment in my kitchen all the time to try to find the recipes and techniques. Like this right here was a little happy accident that I made, the yogurt. And again, if you really need to count your macros, I would definitely use a scale and do all that. But I know this is going to give me my protein. It is low in calories, it's low in fat, no sugar. Okay. Looks like it's going to sit on top. It may sink. I don't know. And so I think you can kind of see what that looks like. You hear my laundry just being done in the back. But that's it. If you have, again, I welcome, for the most part, comments and questions and all of that. I only had a few mean people on here before, thankfully. But that's it. I have got Mediterranean salad. My friend just asked for coming to the gingerbread competition thing right now. Not competition, but thing. That, no, sadly, no. Mediterranean salad for probably lunches. I've got 3 blueberry parfait whip. I have no idea what I called that. And I've got 3 strawberries and cream overnight oats. Then I've got this guy that is hopefully going to be, I'm going to most likely at least make me one on Tuesday after, because Tuesdays I clean my grandmother's house. I go to my friend's. We work out at her house, and then from her house to my grandmother's house is 30 minutes. And then it'd be like 2-3 hours until we eat. So I'll take one of these with most likely blueberries, because that's what we have big bags of, frozen blueberries, to get me some protein after, or on the way to my grandmother's. And then that gives me options with cottage cheese for cottage cheese bowls. I've got I think it's the Real Good frozen chicken nuggets that I can do so many things with. I've got salad stuff. I want to make some pizza bowls, but that'll probably be next week that I do pizza bowls. But if you meal prep, I would love to hear some things that you're meal prepping. I would love some new ideas or just a new take on something. Again, my brain can get lonely. I only have what I can come up with, and I'm so picky on certain things like raw vegetables. But that's it. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, recommendations, I would love to hear any ideas. But thanks for watching.